Space is well stocked with missiles. I'm gonna save again. Just being around here makes me a little nervous. Let's see if I can walk toward the fence. He just kills me again. This is ridiculous. I will say that is one particularly chilling death scene. Not gonna lie. Okay, so I need to stay far away from there. That's enough of that. I'm not ready to go to the lodge just yet. I don't think that would be a good idea. Abandoned house, why not? And it's an abandoned house. The old car is the perfect nesting ground for wasps. The overhang is the perfect nesting grounds for wasps. This place could sure use a gardener. The attic window is the perfect nesting ground for wasps. Okay, I get it, guys. Ah! Oh my god, that creeped the fuck out of me. I did not expect to see anybody in here. Oh my god, she scares the shit out of me. She's just rocking back and forth. Oh. Tetsuya Crumb.
It's not often that I get visitors. I am Tetsuya Crumb. The ignorant of harvest called me the Wasp Woman. A pejorative, no doubt. Born of fear and a poverty of imagination.
I don't understand.
The politics of honey, the Judeo-Christian rites of sacrifice and conventional taboos against unbridled pleasure are all responsible for the prejudice against wasps.
How about that their stings hurt really bad? Is that good enough?
The politics of honey are intertwined with the age-old struggle of the aesthetic versus the commercial. Because I choose to raise wasps instead of bees, I'm frowned upon by the community. Why? Well, raising bees is acceptable because they produce honey. But sometimes it's not what is produced, so much as what is performed.
I don't see any particular use for wasps.
Why must everything have a use? Is money always the determining factor? More slender, more aerodynamic than the bee, the wasp is a joy to behold.
Oh god, I hate wasps. I hate wasps so much.
Beautiful and juicy. Isn't that enough to compensate for the little drawbacks?
Frankly, no. I'm not going to say their whole story, but if I had a fear of any kind of insect or anything, the closest thing to come to that is wasps. Because, I had a close encounter with a wasp once in a camp bathroom, like an outhouse, and I nearly got stung in a very sensitive place. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Regard the wasp. Wasps produce nothing for others, but only for themselves. Wasps build nests and more wasps, nothing more. They spread into eaves and attics, not to make honey for supermarkets, but to buzz and rustle on their own paper, perpetuating their own agenda, growing stealthily, surely. The most relentless.
Stop showing me that! fact that she just stares right at the camera is creepy as hell.
Well, as you can see, the little darlings do love to sting. Another source of prejudice for the masses, and another reason to love them. Bees are like animals. They sting only for a reason, for sacrifice. They have no conception of individual sensation, of pleasure. Yes, a great deal of pleasure. The wasp is a sensual being, not a laborer, hedonistic instead of industrial. Some think them quick to anger. In truth, they are easily swayed to ecstasy. They penetrate your flesh, and the muscular contractions in their thorax as they pump venom could be likened to the muscular contractions of ejaculation. Each painful welt, an act of love.
And I don't know whether to vomit or to never sleep again. Thanks.
When a bee stings, it rips itself apart and dies for its audacity. This appeals to those raised worshipping a god that demands sacrifice and atonement. But the wasp is promiscuous. They are not as sympathetic to the masses, because they don't die when they sting. They live to sting another day, and they take pleasure from it.
You know what? I'm done talking to you. You frighten me. The icebox is sealed shut with wasp nests. God, what is that on the table? I'm afraid to ask. From the sound of it, these cabinets are... Of course they are! God, this is terrifying. A rather colorful picture of a wasp. A wasp nest. I can't go over there. Yeah, I'm leaving right now. There's absolutely no reason for me to stay. See ya. And I'm gone, and I'm gone, and I'm so gone. Eesh. Yeah, how about we not go to the cemetery? Johnson residence it is.
Hello, Steve.
Oh,
How's
God,
the
his
husband
eyes
to
too.
be?
Other than having no memory, I guess I'm alright.
All right. You should be ecstatic, considering what you're getting into, if you haven't gotten into it already. Speaking of
Sex
which,
joke.
I heard Stephanie was grounded. Her daddy's worried about getting his meat. So if I were him, I'd be more concerned about Stephanie getting some meat.
Right. And you are...
You always were a kidder, Steve. I'm Mr. Johnson, remember? Glad you stopped by. Just got finished waxing the tucker. I could use a
what?
little relaxation. But since Edna's not here, I might as well talk to you.
Wow, is this game just wrong on so many levels?
Edna Fitzpatrick is one of the snootiest women in town. I declare there isn't a woman in Harvest that turned me away. If I was interested, that is. Just because she owns DNAs, she's got all these highfalutin ideas about independence. And her with a little girl to raise. That child needs a father. And Edna, well, she needs a good, hard penis.
Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I
What
doing
makes
this?
you so sure she needs a penis?
You saying Edna's getting it from someone else? Like maybe that damn Sheriff Dwayne?
Dwayne.
He's over at DNA's diner every day from noon to 1. eating his dadgum pie. And I got a feeling he'd like Edna for dessert. Sure, it's the only diner in town, but I'm sure he's got more on his mind than food. I'll admit DNA.
What the hell was
sounds
that?
good
Was that a
business,
chicken?
but money isn't everything to a woman. Can money keep you warm at night? Can you wrap your thighs around it? Or rake bloody gashes in its back with your painted hollowed fingernails? Edna! Edna! So, how's Stephanie?
So, how's your sex life? Jesus.
Speaking of Stephanie, I still haven't gotten an invitation to the wedding yet.
I don't
I
have
wonder why.
anything to do with that.
That's okay. Personally, I'd prefer a pass to the honeymoon. You could use the back seat of my Tucker for the maiden voyage. It's plenty big, believe you me. I'd drive you around, and I wouldn't look in the back seat, I guarantee it. Though if you'd like to come up front and take the wheel a while, I wouldn't say nay.
Why do I have the feeling that this guy's voice should sound something like this?
Heck of an automobile, isn't she? Damn shame I have to sit out here and watch over her all the time. But if I didn't, those stupid kids might scratch her up playing ball.
So why don't you keep it in the garage? You know, the one that's right here. Could I take a look at
Don't
it?
see why not, but don't touch her. I'm mighty particular about my Tucker. I had the garage remodeled like a fortress, so I could lock her up at night and get some sleep.
I'm sure she's safe enough inside.
A few months back, someone broke into my house, trying to get into the garage. I had to gripe like hell before the sheriff agreed to start the evening patrols and instigate the curfew.
Someone is shooting chicken in the background.
Bye now.
God, freak me out, man. During the day, Mr. Johnson keeps watch over his precious 48 Tucker. I'm not a car person. I've never heard of a Tucker. Mr. Johnson erected. Yeah, I'm sure they didn't use that word on purpose. Mr. Johnson. Oh, wow. I didn't even get that before now. Mr. Johnson erected an impenetrable fortress to protect his Tucker during the night. Wow, the jokes just write themselves. The manhole cover is locked in place. A nasty stench drifts up from the sewers below. I'm going to save again, because everywhere I go, I keep getting really disturbed.
Sorry, Steve. Too tired to talk right now. Bye now.
Okay, good. I don't think I had anything else to ask him anyway. Goodbye, Mr. Johnson. Let's check out the site of the wedding, the Shady Oaks Mortuary. It's actually kind of peaceful looking. A professionally kept landscape. A large translucent window. I've seen that symbol a couple of times now. What's that all about? The hideous symbol stands out like a swastika or a flattened spider. An empty coat tree. A pair of comfortable-looking sofas. I do like the backgrounds. They are well drawn. Or rendered. These votive candles have been lit by many well-wishers for the dead. Or one well-wisher with a lot of matches. Those dear to us who have passed recently. Jonathan A. Rhinecliffe. The schedule of this week's funerary events. You know, I'm not surprised by anything I see in this game anymore. Keeping the autopsy room easily accessible to guests. Classy.
Stephen,
Who are you?
I am Daniel Moynihan, mortician and proprietor of the Wayward Hotel.
Most people ask me why I don't remember their names.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Besides, as one who deals with the dead, I try not to involve myself in the affairs of the living. Your loss of memory is of no concern to me, true or false. Ironic, considering my recent involvement in a charity event.
What are you talking about?
My complaints were central to the scheduling of the upcoming Harvest Bake Sale. I'm gratified the Order of the Harvest Moon got involved. The proceeds will certainly help cover my losses.
Tell me about this bake sale.
This bake sale is a joint effort of the Harvest PTA and the Order of the Harvest Moon. The proceeds will be used to set up a fund for transients. In other words, bums and societal rejects without families who wander into Harvest uninvited.
Then, the Order is setting up shelters for the homeless?
Not shelters. Graves. You see a great number of these hobos die while passing through. Don't ask me why, it's what those people do. Use your common sense, Stephen, memory or no. If they were involved in setting up homeless shelters, then why would I be involved? And why would I be sustaining losses? As always, the Order of the Harvest Moon has taken the lead in addressing our societal ills. Through their sponsorship of the blood drive and the bake sale, the Lodge ensures that all our needs are met.
Needs. Such as...
Pardon me, there are corpses to prepare. And my losses have been substantial of late. If you're sincerely interested in the Order, however, you should stop by the Lodge and speak with the Sergeant-at-Arms.
Oh,
Why
I
should
plan
be
to.
interested, Mr. Moynihan?
I plan
Of
to.
all the spots in Harvest, the Lodge is the most prominent, literally and figuratively. It is the ambition of everyone here to join. And join you must to attain wisdom.
What kind of wisdom?
If I knew, I'd be a member. I have the feeling you have what it takes to join the Order, Stephen. We all believe that. Whether or not you live up to your potential is up to you. It seems that, like some elephant's graveyard, people of low station come to Harvest to die. They simply drop dead, penniless, and they all need burials. God knows, by putting these people up at the Wayward Hotel, I do more than my fair share. So why must I pay for the coffins and burial materials as well? My losses to the dead are substantial. Hopefully the bake sale will offset some of them. As owner of the only hotel in town, I do my best to accommodate any hobo who straggles into town, vacancies permitting.
You can check in anytime you like, but you can never leave.
I really don't recall. We get so many low-life dregs passing through here, I can't remember every little death that occurs.
Huh. Are there that many?
As I said, sliced open on a mortician's slab, every corpse looks the same. Red and juicy.
But surely you'd remember if these deaths were an unusual occurrence.
You sound like you're launching some sort of investigation, Stephen. That would be most unwise. I'd say it's been a pleasure, but I find the company of the living so wearisome.
I'm sure you do, buddy. The messy remains of some poor soul. A very nasty looking sink. Jesus, look at that running over there. Oops. He spilled. Fan's whirring blades barely stir the stench-laden air. A pair of bloody handprints are smeared across the glass. On the counter sits a new tube of astro glue. Can I take that? I just got done with Return to Zork, and sometimes if you take things, people think you're stealing, so I'm going to save. Because, like everybody else, this guy terrifies me. Moynihan. Those sounds in the background are making me ill.
You can't have that, Stephen. I need it for my work. And may I say you're a rude young man for attempting to steal it.
I was only gonna borrow it.
Indeed. And have you anything I could hold as security?
Security. Like what? Money?
I'm afraid that's not good enough. I need that glue for my work. You must present me with something significant if you'd have me part with it.
Well, I'm guessing he's not going to want anything that I carry. Oh, I forgot! I should have tried to give Johnson the adult magazine. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I'll go back and try that, but I don't think I have anything that he's going to want. A disembodied organ which was never meant to pump formaldehyde. There are organic things floating in formaldehyde in these jars. The sort of things that make you want to look away before you can really see what they are, but your eyes won't oblige. Once again, I'm going to get the hell out of here real quick. Lovely place for a wedding. The light from this candelabra gleams unwholesomely pink, like the eyes of a horde of rats balancing on thin wires. Good writing in this game. Rows and rows of empty wooden pews, caked with the dust of indifference. I'm getting tired of saying this, but every time I walk into a new room, I get creeped out.